Hey everyone, this is Chris from C&L Farms, and this is a quick update. I don't think this is going to be very long, but then again, I say that every time and I end up doing a 16 or 18 minute little video. But just wanted to show you some of the changes that we're making on the farm now. Next year we're hoping, and this is a big hope, that we can start building a nursery for plants, vegetables, fruit trees, fruit bushes, berry bushes, all of those things. And you know, we're going to do a lot of propagation, just trying to learn how to do propagation properly. I've done it in the past, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I'm not a professional on how all that works, but you know, I'm going to try. But we cleaned up this area, as if you've seen other videos, it really was kind of just full of junk here, piles of old wood and whatnot. But you know, I do have not the beginnings of a nursery, but these trees and bushes and grapevines and such that are over here right now are for planting on the actual farm. So we've got a number of different plants here. We have some honey locust. This is a honey locust. It's a nitrogen fixing tree, and it's going to go in between every couple fruit trees out in the, I'm not going to really say orchard, but in the orchard area where we have, you know, a lot of our fruit trees that we're starting. We also have a number of different grapes. Some seedless grapes, some red seedless grapes, just some different grapes. There's a number here that I can't remember, and I have to look at some of the labels on them. These I actually started from seed. These are what's called a Sawtooth Oak. It produces a very large nut that the deer absolutely love. So we're going to plant these out in the backfield area. We also have some pawpaws and Russian mulberry and gooseberries and black cherry trees. And over here, I think these are the pawpaw. No, these are chestnuts. There's a colossal and a Chinese chestnut here. So you know, these are just, I just got these bare root and they're just getting started in these pots. I'm waiting for for them to grow out their roots quite a bit in the pots before I plant them out in their forever home, hopefully. But we are going to build a small 10 by 20, you know, sort of hoop structure or hoop house type structure for a lot of the plants that are more sensitive to light. They need a little bit more shade, so there's going to be a shade cloth on there. But that's what is going to be in this general area. You know, I don't know exactly how quick we're going to get this done, or whether we're going to be ready for next spring to actually, you know, bring people to the farm to purchase the plants that we start. We're going to have vegetable starts and herbs and you know, fruit trees and such. So we'll see. Got a number of tomatoes that I still have to put in the ground. Haven't gotten to those yet. No surprise, right? You know, there's always something to do on the farm and you never get enough done. So just a real quick look out here. I'm planting some corn, some popcorn, and I've also have some Silver Queen corn that I'm going to be putting in. And the asparagus is doing really well for it just being planted. As you can see, if you can barely see, these little wispy things here are what's going to happen to the first season. You know, I'm going to let them grow, and they're going to put a lot of energy into their roots, and they're going to expand. So next year, we might be able to harvest a little bit, but typically the third year after planting is when we're gonna hopefully get a good harvest from this permanent bed. So I just have to do a little bit more work here. I've got a little bit of grass growing in there, and that happens. I still have a lot to plant out here. I don't have anything. I just plowed it again. because I had a cover crop on most of these beds of peas and some rye, just to get a little bit of organic matter into the soil for when I was ready to plant this spring. The garlic is doing really well right over there, and there's some onions over in that general area, so we're not going to get into that. The blackberries that I planted, that I pulled from up at the top trellis area, they're doing really well. Just letting them grow longer so I can get them on the wire there. So we got a lot of grass growing. These are not plants. Some of these are gooseberries, like that's a gooseberry right there. But we've got some peas, and there's a few tomatoes down there. So I'm just trying to segregate these beds a little bit with these landscape timbers. I can still plow with the tiller in between, so there's plenty of room. But you know, I'm going to try and, you know, build some of these more permanent type beds. I tried to do this with just, you know, 2x10s and 2x12s, but there was just so much dirt that had to be brought in. And, you know, my native soil is actually really, really good. It's just, I have to keep, you know, the grass out of this area. So, and then I have a problem with deer. So they walk through the garden all the time. It's very annoying. We actually have a number of plums and some nectarines on some of those trees over there. I'm really surprised and happy about that. The figs actually have figs this year. We didn't lose them to the frost, so I'm hoping that we'll get a lot of figs this year. If you notice from past videos, there was a muscadine trellis right here. It actually failed, so I didn't use pressure treated 4x4 posts, and so I took it all out and cut the plants back, and I've got to put in actually some these metal T-posts. I've got some 10-foot T-posts like these over here, and you really can't see the wire up there, but there's a wire here. So I'm going to put 2 rows of wires on those muscadines, and maybe next year we'll have, you know, a good flush of those. But I've got grapevines that I've got to put up. I've got a trellis that I have to put right down over here. So in this area right here, those posts are going to be for grapevines. So there's a couple grape plants over there that are actually doing well. I didn't lose them this year. So this is the aquaponics system. So you can see the fish. They're happy, living their life. There's probably about 50 goldfish in there. We did lose a few of the smaller ones that I put in, but they've probably tripled in size since when I got them. And we just did a harvest of the lettuce. So this is a mirror. These are a sweet crisp, red Batavia, or like a red oak leaf. There's a green oak leaf. And if you look over here, I'm very happy with these. These are the media beds. And I planted these pepper plants just a few weeks ago, and I mean, look, there's huge hot banana peppers on there already, and they're just doing great. The basil's doing great. These are other pepper plants. They're starting to put out small peppers. There's some right there, as you can see. These are like a purple cayenne type pepper. Here's some more lettuce. I actually need to get fish up into this bed. I have not had time to go and get more fish, but as you can see, I can move this around. These beds up here are actually draining right now. All 3 of them are actually draining at the same time. So there's a few more pepper plants. These are eggplant. There's 2 different varieties of eggplant here, I believe. Black Beauty and the I can't remember the other one. It's a long skinny version. I don't know. These are actually what's called Escamillo. What kind of peppers are these? Yeah, Escamillo sweet peppers. And you can see they're huge, and there's a lot of them on here. I actually need to harvest them and maybe take them to the market tomorrow. I don't know. couple eggplants that I just put in. These are some of the tomato plants. These are a determinate, either celebrity, which is just a small round red one, or they might be some cherries. I'm not even sure which one they are. It could be also be the plum tomatoes. You know, we'll see. Down the middle, those small plants right there, right down through there, those are some type of cucumber. They're a greenhouse type cucumber. And there's some baby romaine lettuce here that I need to harvest, and some these are cucumbers. There's another row of cucumbers right behind them, those small plants. There's some green onions down here, and I have a number of plug trays that I still need to get planted. These are that romaine, that mini romaine heads lettuce here, and these are some flowering, these sunflowers that we're going to plant just for, you know, to bring in pollinators and such. There's some zinnia right there in that tray right there. Those are zinnia. I've got to get those put in the ground. You know, some of the stuff in this bed, I'm not really happy with. I'm going to pull it out and replace it with probably more tomatoes. But there's a lot of tomatoes. I just planted some of these tomatoes the other day. They were about half this size not 5 days ago, and they've already just exploded in growth. The cabbage, yeah, it's doing okay. I'll probably end up pulling this cabbage out. Down the middle are some eggplants that I started and put in. So, and then here's some more heirloom tomatoes that are just starting out. So, you know, we got a lot going on, a lot of things happening in the aquaponics system. You know, the fish are doing well, the plants are doing really well. I only put a small amount of a seaweed extract. It's an organic seaweed extract, and there's a chelated iron that I have to put in the system because the plants typically have an iron deficiency in an aquaponic system because there's just not enough iron in the food or from the plant, the fish waste. So we have to add a chelated iron. And then there's one other thing that I add. I can't remember what it was, but they're all necessary nutrients that you can't get from the fish waste. But I mean, as you can tell, these 50 or so goldfish are doing really well, and I don't really see any nutrient deficiencies in any of these leaves. I mean, if somebody sees a nutrient deficiency that I don't see, please let me know. But you know, this kale and this Swiss chard, you know, we just harvested from it, as you can see. You know, I mean, the peppers typically are really heavy feeders, and they're doing great. You know, they're pulling everything that they need out of there. So I'm really happy with the system so far, and you know, it's just going to continue. I'm not going to grow the system, make it any bigger, but I am going to continue putting in as many plants as I can, just to see how much I can put in for the amount of fish that I have. But I do need to add more fish anyway, just to ensure that I don't have any deficiencies. But you know, as I always say in all these videos, like and subscribe if you like the content and you want to see more. I try to do these videos as often as I can, but there's just so much work on the farm and the bakery and the kitchen and everything that's going on here that I just don't have a whole lot of time to do these videos. That's why I don't really edit them. I just do a quick 10-15 minute video, talk about what's going on, show you what's going on. If you have any questions, you want to learn more about some of this stuff, please send me a comment, and I read every one of the comments. I respond to all the comments. So, you know, if you like the content, please subscribe. But, you know, this is Chris from C&L Farms, and just want to say thank you to everyone that has subscribed, and thank you to everyone that's going to subscribe today after this video, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.